Today we're talking about volume of cylinders, okay? Cylinder is a 3D figure that has a circle as the base. Okay, so because it has a circle as the base, we need to review a couple things about circles. Okay, reminder, the distance from the center of the circle to the edge is the radius. Okay, the distance from one side of the circle to the other through the center is the diameter. Okay, the diameter is the longer distance. It is also the longer word to help you remember those things. Okay, in order to find area of a circle, we use pi times radius squared. Okay, so the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. Okay, and a reminder, when we find volume of prisms, we do the area of the base times height. Okay, cylinders are no different from that. Okay, so my formula for finding volume of a cylinder is going to be the area of the base times the height. Okay, the volume equals the area of the base times the height. Well, the base is a circle. So volume equals pi times radius squared times the height. Okay, this is your formula for cylinder. Okay, now you just need to substitute the values for your radius and your height into the formula in order to find volume. Okay, so we're going to do a couple here together. So volume equals pi times radius squared times height. Volume equals pi. The radius, so the distance from the center to the edge, is 4. And we're going to square that, and then we're going to multiply by the height. And the height is the distance between the two bases. Okay, in this case, that height is 7. Okay, so volume equals pi times 4 squared is 16 times 7. Now, if they ask for the volume in terms of pi, you would just multiply 16 times 7, and that would give you the volume equals 112 pi. This is the exact volume, okay? So if it asks in terms of pi or for the exact volume, you stop here, and this is your solution, okay? Now, this particular problem says round to the nearest tenth. That means you are going to multiply 112 times your 3.14, and you are going to get the volume is approximately equal to 351.68. And because it says the nearest tenth, I'm going to take this 8, and that's going to tell this 6 to round up. So 351.7 is approximately my volume. That is the estimated, and that is going to be feet cubed. Volume is cubed because we're looking at 3 dimensions there, length, width, and height. Okay, so we did the area, which is 2-dimensional, times the height, which adds a 3rd dimension. Okay, let's take a look at number 2 here. We can do this one together as well. So same formula here because we are looking at a cylinder. Pi times radius squared times that height. Volume equals pi times my radius is 11 here, is the distance from the center to the edge of the circle, times 13. Okay, volume equals pi 121 times 13. And that's going to be 1,573 pi. And when we multiply that by pi, we get volume is approximately equal to 4939.22. That second 2 tells this 2 to stay the same. So we have the volume is approximately 4,939 centimeters cubed is my units here. Okay. Several more that you can try on your own just like that. Okay. Now, in these types of problems, notice that the distance that they give you goes all the way across the circle. So they are giving you diameter here. So we have one additional step, which means we have to find what the radius is first. So we will use the same formula, pi times radius squared times height. But I need to first find the radius in order to substitute into my formula here. So the radius is half of the diameter. So I'm going to take the diameter and divide it by 2 to find that radius. And then I solve everything the exact same way. So I have volume equals pi times 9 times 17, because 3 squared is 9. 9 times 17 is 153, so that gives me 153 pi. And this does say express your answer in terms of pi, so this is our solution here. The volume is exactly 153 pi feet cubed. Okay, feet cubed. All right, let's do one more just like that. And again, in terms of pi, so we have volume equals pi times radius squared times height. The diameter is 8, so the radius is 4. And the height is 7, so we're doing volume equals 16 pi times 7. And 16 times 7 is 112, so my volume is 112 pi centimeters cubed. Okay, centimeters cubed is my units there. Okay, a couple more you can try like that, and several more down here too. Okay, then let's take a look at some word problems here. So if they don't give you a picture, you have to pay attention to the dimensions that they do give you. A water bottle is the shape of a cylinder. It is 18 centimeters high. So this is our height, or our h, and has a diameter of 7 centimeters. What is the total mass of the water? They can hold 1 cubic centimeter of water is equal to 1 gram. Okay, so we are going to take a look here. And again, volume equals pi times radius squared times the height. Okay, we're going to pay attention to this first part. We're going to find the volume first. Then we are going to turn that into mass, although 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 gram, so we won't really have to do any conversions there because they're equivalent. Okay, so my volume is pi times my radius is half of the diameter, so I have 3.5 squared times that height is 18. Okay, 3.5 squared is 12.25 times 18 is going to give me 220.5 to 20.5 pi volume. Okay, and then it does say round to the nearest tenth, so we're going to go ahead and multiply that out to 20 times pi. It's going to be approximately equal to 692.37. That's 7 rounds the 3 to a 4. And that is going to be centimeters cubed. Okay, and because those centimeters cubed, 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 gram, that means it's going to be about 692.4 grams is what will be held in that water bottle. Okay, so cubic centimeter is this centimeter cubed. All right, that's another way of writing it. So those are equal, all right, to the mass there. All right. Let's do another one like this. If it wasn't equal, I would just multiply by whatever. If it was 1 cubic is 2 grams, I would multiply by 2. Okay, so a cylinder is made of lead and has a height. Again, they give me the height is 4 inches and the diameter is 2. So that means my radius is 1. How heavy is a cylinder if the lead weighs 0.4 pounds per cubic inch? So at the end, we'll go back and deal with that and we'll do our multiplication. So volume equals pi times the radius squared times the height. Okay, volume equals pi times 1 squared times 4. 1 squared is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. So we have 4 pi is our volume. And then 4 times pi is going to be 12.56. So the volume is approximately equal to 12.56 inches cubed. Okay. And again, if it weighs 0.4 pounds, we're going to take this amount, 12.56 times 0.4 for my pounds, and that means the weight is going to be about 5.024, and they do say round to the nearest tenth, so it's 5.0 pounds is going to be the weight of that cylinder. Okay, there are two more that you can try just like that.